Welcome back. So, brothers and sisters in Islam, I'm trying to explain the hadith of which Jesus and Mary were not pricked by Satan, which is found in many hadiths of Musnad Ahmad, including historians like Ibn Kathir, of who he was a historian and a muhaddith, let me put it like that, has mentioned in his book Stories of the Prophets. So let us go quickly to what ulamas of tafsir have said about this hadith, which is present in the books mentioned. Imam al-Qurtubi in his tafsir al-Jami' li-Ahkam al-Quran, Abu Abdullah al-Qurtubi in his tafsir al-Jami' li-Ahkam al-Quran, or tafsir al-Qurtubi, he says that the fact that Jesus and Mary, peace be upon them both, were saved from Satan's prick is not enough alone to tell us that they were saved from Satan's influence and temptation later on. Of course, Maryam alayhi salatu wassalam was not infallible as a prophet, but she had trials from Satan. Why? The people thought, just like the prophets, the way the people think bad about them, so people thought bad about Maryam the same way. And about Jesus, as I mentioned earlier, they tried to crucify him not because of the influence of shaitan, though it is mentioned even in the Gospels. Allegedly, let me take it that Jesus was crucified because of the influence of shaitan. It's present in the Gospels, and some can't deny that. If he denies that, wallahi, I think he needs to go to mental hospital. Yeah, if we agree about the alleged crucifixion, who inspired it if it was not Satan? These verses are not read, only hadith and Quranic verses are led to show Satan's misleading of the prophets, and then Islam is attacked. What about the Bible? In fact, even the hadith itself shows that it was only during that time of birth where Satan didn't harm Maryam and her baby. Satan entered Judas Iscariot, betrayed Jesus, and Jesus was crucified. The blood there was an atonement for your sins. Why is that not mentioned? I'm repeating the question again. Come on, Sam Shamoun. Lastly, the prick of Satan that makes babies cry once they are born, but for Jesus and Mary, they did not feel the prick. Thus, they didn't cry when they were born. See Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani's Fathul Bari, Kitab Ahadith al-Anbiya, Bab Qawl Allah Ta'ala, Wazkur fil Kitabi Maryam, is intabadat min ahliha, commentary of Hadith number 3177. In fact, Ibn Hajar also shows that also Mary didn't cry when she was born because Satan didn't attack her during her birth from her mother. So try to put everything at its right place. The hadith speaks about Mary during her birth and the birth of her son not being pricked by Satan, but the hadith never shows that Satan didn't try to give them trials. Let us try and read things well, not with the wrong eyes. And in fact, wallahi, if you go over some shamoun's articles, they don't, make sense. You see, the Holy Quran needs to be understood, and ayah needs to be understood with another ayah. It's called tafsir bil ma'thur, and the Quran needs to be understood through the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through what the Sahabas, the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, understood.